The reality is, nobody really cares. And you need to accept that very soon. You need to accept it now. But nobody cares, dude. Nobody really cares about you. And I know a lot of people find that unacceptable to take and to swallow as a pill, but think about it. Nobody really cares about you. And you have to stop having this expectation of others that you set for yourself. The standard that you have for others, you really have to just lower that expectation because they don't care. And you learn that by disappointment. You learn that through, you know, trial and error. As a kid growing up, I would go and I'd speak to my friends and they'll tell me about, oh, they're having a birthday party or they're having this event and they'd invite me to it. And I'd get so excited. I'd run home and I'd tell my parents and yeah, I'd tell them and they'd be like, yes, yes, all right, we'll take you. You'll go. And I got so excited the next day I'd go back and I'm telling my friends, hey, I'm coming, I'm going. And I had this great expectation that, hey, you know, I'm I'm gonna go and hang out with you guys. And by the time the date comes up to go hang out with those children I was friends with at that period of time, and my parents would be like, "Oh, we can't go today, Gideon. We can't do it." And I'd be so disappointed. But that's because I hold an expectation from my parents, as I should, that they would fulfill the end of their bargain. They would keep their word. And as you get older, little disappointments like that show you the repetition that humans are incapable of being 100% or doing 100% what they say they will do. And so much so that you can't set an expectation for someone other than yourself to hold on to that and follow through. You can't do it because what's going to overrule whatever expectation that you have is self. Self will always overrule whatever you have with somebody, whatever connection you have with that individual. And you might think that individual loves you, and you might think that individual will do anything for you, will die for you, take a bullet for you, but always remember yourself. And that's the greatest factor of all, is that as humans, we are all selfish. But back to my original point is that no one actually really cares. They don't care to the point where they will self-sacrifice. They don't care to the point where they'll let go of their own selfish desires. And a lot of people don't necessarily see someone as valuable. Not because, you know, they're human, not just not because they're not human or human, but it's because people care about what you can do for them. It's the only thing that matters. Once again, it's self that is the priority of life. So if you can't do something, if you're no longer a benefit for that individual, they no longer care to have you around. They no longer care to have an interest in you. But I always find it that even if they don't care, they're very opinionated. They love to share their own thoughts. They love to share how they might feel about your decisions, how they might feel about this, da 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 da. They always have an opinion, but how much are they willing to give? How much are they willing to pour into? How much are they willing to self-sacrifice for whatever opinion that they have?